hey, I wanted to share a message, or many messages. I don't know. Things are coming in. They're just flooding in recently. So I pulled a wisdom card last night, and I had some dreams. Death, birth, and perspective. So this is all about death, birth, and perspective, and dream reality versus waking reality, and how they work together. So I dreamt of, and I don't remember the order, but there was this volcano-like waterfall kind of tidal wave on the top of a mountain that we drove up. I was with some people. We drove up to see it, and I was just like, whoa, you guys, this is crazy. The top of the mountain was moving. It was like undulating and like beating like a heartbeat, right? The earth, the ground, the rock, the mountain, the top of the mountain, the water was just wild, and it was like crashing on and outside of its borders, and like it was crazy. And the people I was with were like, no, that's not what you're seeing. This is what you're seeing. Let me tell you what you're seeing. Okay, this is this, and that is that, and this isn't this, and this is why you're seeing that, and this is actually what it's doing, and blah blah blah. And it was very scientific and factual, and to the point where my viewpoint started to shift into what they were telling me. And then I kind of snapped myself out of it and went back into my perspective. And I was just like, no, this is what I'm seeing. And it's okay, right? It doesn't have to be the same, right? So that's one message. It's just like, there's so many different belief systems out there, and there's so many different ways of viewing, seeing, having different perspectives, belief systems, like all this stuff. And it's okay. What if we just allowed each other to have our own perspectives? This is what I'm seeing, right? Whoa, really? That's amazing. This is what I'm seeing. Really? Whoa, that's crazy, right? Wow. Support. Going with the flow, not invalidating someone else's viewpoint because it's not your own. We're on completely different journeys, right? In completely different bodies with completely different like spirits and purposes, right? It's all for the same purpose. We're all on the same path. We're moving towards, the same thing. What's up? But there's this but we're all individuals, right? Pause. Play. So I stopped myself from trying to fit into their box and their perspective, and I allowed myself to have my perspective. And yes, we can all just support each other's perspectives and views, and who knows what'll happen with it. We don't have to know. So releasing that. Okay. The other part of my dream was the death of a human baby. It was awful. Very traumatizing. So sad. And I was trying to save it. I was trying to do the, like chest compressions, and it just, the baby was just dying, and it died, and that was it. And there was nothing I could do. And everyone said, there's nothing we can do. It's time to walk away. And I was just grief stricken, and I walked away. And then people were telling me, oh, get over it, like, oh, you're still on that. Oh, let it go. Like, nobody was allowing me to have my process of grief and grieving. So I went into nature, and there I felt the space, the love, the support, and the peace that I needed to fully process that experience of that death. And giving me that like moment to heal in nature. I had to isolate myself away from all the other people in order to process and heal from that grief. And then, and I think, I mean, this is all like, I don't know what order, but this is the order that makes sense. Then I had this intense labor and birth. This like so intense, like it felt like the biggest baby ever coming through me, and I was like, whoa, right? I was vibrating. My whole body was shaking, and like it was. And I was in nature, and there were other people around. I wasn't in a hospital or anything like that. I wasn't in any specific position. I just sort of saw myself, I felt myself. I didn't actually see myself, but I felt myself, and I saw the color yellow, and I felt this intense birth of this new being, this newness coming through my body and out through my portal. And in my hands lay this fragile bird, like had like, you know, baby bird wings kind of thing. And I was just like, what is it? It was long and it was elegant, but it was new. It was so new and it was so different. And I just looked at it and I was so confused. And I was like, okay, all right, that's what came through. It felt way bigger, right? But there's another perspective thing, right? What's big, what's small? It's just different. Your perspective is different. You can view big things as little and little things as big. Anyway, so it wasn't until I woke up and I started really talking about the dream, thinking about the dream, and writing it down that I realized that I birthed an angel. It was an angel, because I can see it so clearly now that it was just this angel, it was just this baby angel, right? And the intensity of this birth, and it wasn't pain intensity, it was just intense. It was vibration, right? It was frequency. And this newness, this being, right, just comes out through the portal and into the world, and I've birthed this new version of myself. Such a new version of myself. Is almost inhuman. Wow. So we are quite literally birthing such new versions of ourselves. They're almost unrecognizable until we really drop in and feel into it and notice and observe and see from our own perspective, like, okay, that's one perspective, right? A bird. This is another perspective. What feels in alignment, right? This is how I sort of analyze my dreams. And on rare occasion, I'll reach out to someone for help, but most of the time I just feel into what it is that the message, that the dream and the symbolisms are trying to tell me. So stay in your truth. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because your perspective is valid. It is valid. We are saying goodbye to old ways, old human ways. We are saying hello to new versions of ourselves. I love you. Peace.